Hey, what's happening, nation? It's Sanjoku. That was a terrible fucking loss that we took today. I'm still really pissed off about tonight's game. We had the lead the entire fucking time until the fourth quarter, and then we just completely fucking blew it. Really pissed off at our defense right now. Really want to take a look at this game with you guys and see what you think. I know you guys are probably sick of watching these breakdown videos because a bunch of people put them out today. But, I mean, if you're new to this channel, I take a pretty good look at these games, so please check it out. Subscribe if you like it. For those of you that are already subscribed, you know what we're getting into. This shit's going to be ugly. We got some problems. We got some problems and we need to fix them. And I'll tell you right now, it's not on the offensive side of the ball. And it sure as shit isn't Derek Carr. So you can hush that noise right fucking now. The one thing we do have going for us, which has me still pretty optimistic about this season, is this bullshit historic fucking road run that we've been on here is finally over. I mean, it's finally fucking over. We played some incredibly good teams through this stretch. And the Broncos pretty much suck. It is what it is, but we got that. But I mean, we already played the Chiefs once. We had to play the Vikings. We had to play the Colts. We had to play the Bears. They ended up, I mean, they pretty much suck. And we played the Packers and the Texans. Most of these teams are fucking playoff teams. So many people at the start of this season were sitting there saying that, oh yeah, Oakland's going to end up getting 2 or 3 wins this season. We came out of this bullshit ass run right here sitting at 3-4, which is damn fucking good, especially with the teams we've been playing, and especially since we haven't been home since the fucking, the 15th. That was our last home game, and we don't go back home now until the 3rd. That's a bullshit stretch. It's a bullshit stretch, and we fucking fought through it. There's 6 dudes on our team who haven't even played in the Coliseum before. A fucking eye-opening experience for when they fucking finally get back home with the Lions come rolling in there. But the reason I'm optimistic is hopefully we beat the Lions. We'll go back to 4-4. We beat the Chargers. We beat the Bengals. We beat the Jets. That's 4 straight wins. That puts us right back in the mix of all this shit. There's not a doubt in my mind after playing these teams that we have played on the road. Once we get on this home stretch, we are going to kick the shit out of these teams coming up. So I'm happy as shit about that. I'm not going to go through the whole damn schedule again. But there's a lot to be happy about. There's a lot to take away from this game to be happy about. We actually played a damn good game. It's just our defense ended up biting us in the ass again. I'm not one of those dudes that's sitting here like, we need to fire Gunther. We need to fucking get rid of Gunther. Gunther's defense, I mean, think about it. It relies on solid fucking linebackers. And we got 1.5, maybe. It's not his fault Vontez got suspended for the year. It's not his fault Lee's gone. Losing Abrams in our secondary was a huge loss. We pretty much don't have an answer for anybody's tight end anymore. It's bit us in the ass 2 weeks in a row now. Plus the lack of speed that our linebackers have. They can't keep up with these backs out of the backfield. I told you guys in my previous video that was going to be a problem. And it was this game. Ended up biting us one more time. So let's do it. We're going to jump through it. Got my shit ready for you guys. We're going to break down this game real quick. Going to let you guys kind of know what I was feeling. Because for the majority of this game, I was happy as shit. Until we ended up just that second half, man. Let's get into this real quick. So our first drive, we come out. Jacobs looks good. Bust off a big run. Gets like 12 yards. Get a first down. It's like, hell yeah, we can run the ball. Things are looking good. Carr throws 3 straight incompletions. We end up punting. We put the Texans back on like their 18, somewhere in there. And Mullins got that holding call. When I was like, oh, Mullins, settle down. First game. It's a big-ass game for him. He got the holding call, and I was like, all right, we're still good. We're still good. We stop him a few more times. Then Hankins' big ass comes through there and gets a sack. We force them to punt. I was like, all right, we got the ball back. We stopped their offense. Things are looking pretty good for us right now. Carr was a little bit off. But the other game, he started off a little bit slow, and then he ended up being on fire. It's like, all right, sweet. Here we go. Carr comes back out. 3 and out. We fucking punt again. I was pretty pissed about that. But it's early in the game. You can't get really down on anybody. They're kind of feeling each other out, getting used to their crowd, seeing how much noise and shit they're making. And then we punt it back. They have the ball. Mullins misses a fucking pick 6 by like an inch. I wanted that kid to have that so bad. I mean, it would have made a huge difference in this game, but it was still a great, great breakup. I was really happy to see that shit. He really stepped up big today. I was really proud of him and the way that he played in this game. It made me kind of calm down about the whole Connolly trade, especially what happened in this game. But great job by him. We get the ball back. We get the ball on the 5-yard line. I was like, all right. I was like, just get it down the field. Maybe we can get some points out of this. Zay Jones ends up getting in, makes a big 12-yard catch, gets us a first down. And then like 2 plays later, Rodney Hudson gets hurt. That was a big fucking loss for us. We ended up bringing in that Andre James kid. He's a rookie out of UCLA. That kid played good as shit. I don't care what anybody says. He's no fucking Hudson, don't get me wrong. He came in there and filled that gap, stepped up, and did good all fucking game. So props to him. Really hope Rodney's back soon. But if he's not, I'm pretty comfortable having this kid as our center. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. Raiders start marching a little bit. Then boom. Carr beams one to Renfro, splits 2 dudes, and streaks 65 yards to the fucking house. That kid's fast as shit. I didn't realize. I knew he could cut real fast. I didn't realize that he was actually just fast as shit. I know that was his first touchdown. You know he was happy as hell, so that probably gave him a little extra pep in his step when he saw nobody in front of him. So way to be Renfro. Way to step up. He had a really good game today. I was really proud of him. We end up kicking back off to them. Defense is playing pretty good so far. Things are looking up for us. And then Fells, their tight end, ends up making a big catch. Carl Joseph, bastard, ends up getting a face mask call on that same play, so they get an extra 15 yards. And then Duke Johnson, out of the backfield, ends up catching a pass into the end zone. And so they tie it up, 7-7. I mean, I knew they were going to score points this game. I knew this was going to be a pretty high-scoring game, so I wasn't too upset about it, but I was more upset just the fact that it was a back out of the backfield. I figured we would have made some kind of fucking adjustment towards that, but clearly we did not. They announced right then that Hudson's not coming back into the game. We get the ball back. We blow it on offense again. We end up punting. We have a really good punt. We got them knocked down. It's their ball on the 15th. And that's the start of the second quarter. Carr at this point is 3 for 9 for 89 yards, and he has that touchdown. So, I mean, his accuracy's fucked up this game. You could tell it right from the start. Things were not looking too good for him. He played a good game. I do like Carr. He did play a good game. He missed a lot of passes today, a lot of passes that would have turned the tide in this game. But, I mean, it is what it is. That was a tough-ass team. So the second quarter starts. Farrell ends up making a big-ass play, gets his hands up, tips the ball. We force them to punt again. I was like, fuck yeah, we are looking good. We start out going pretty fast. We go into a few no huddles, keep them on the field. Washington right now goes on a little streak of like 3 or 4 plays. DeAndre Washington's been playing good as shit this game. I don't care what anybody says. I like this kid. I like having him as the backup to Jacobs. He played really well. So he ends up going in, gets us marching a little bit. Jacobs busts off a 24-yard run. And then, maybe it's just me. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. But I felt like we kept forcing the ball to Waller way more than we should have, especially since Williams and fucking Zay Jones were both out there. But Carr kept pushing that shit in there. I think he kind of gets tunnel vision from time to time. But we end up blowing that. And then it's 3rd and 6. We're on the 21. And then Zay Jones again makes a big-ass play. We get the ball down to their 6. And then I'm still bitching about the whole Waller thing. And then what does he do? Pushes it into Waller for a touchdown. I was happy as shit. This ended up, what was it? Ended up being 10 plays, 74 yards. Great drive by the Raiders right there. Just a huge, huge drive for us. Puts us back in the lead. It's 14-7 Raiders. We kicked the ball back off. I was like, all right, man, shit. If we could do this all game, we could stay on the advantage of the points. We got this game. We got it. I was happy as shit at this point. Extremely confident that we were going to win this game at Houston. Then the Texans get a big holding call against them. It's 3rd and 11. They drop back. Fucking Benson Moya streaks in there, gets a big ass sack. It's like, fuck yeah, some He's happy as shit at this point, screaming, running around. Texans end up punting it. This next drive, it seems like whenever we have a really good drive, our next drive goes to shit. Gruden tries to challenge an offensive pass interference call. Somebody needs to take his flag away when he starts throwing that shit. They haven't overturned one all year. They're not going to magically do it for him, especially since it's the Raiders. So we end up losing that. J.J. Watt ends up stuffing fucking Jacobs like hard. He ended up getting low, taking his ankles. I'm really glad he was okay on that play. J.J. Watt was not okay on that play, which I never like to see anybody get hurt. But in a game like this, I'll take it. Take it all fucking day. I didn't realize J.J. Watt's season was over at that point, so that sucks for the Texans. That's going to be a huge loss for them. And I have a lot of respect for J.J. Watt, so I'd like to see him stay healthy as long as he's not playing us. So that sucks for him. I hope you get back quick. Hope you get healed up. Come on over to the Raiders next year. We'll be in Vegas. Have some fun with us. And then Carr ends up getting a delay of game. It ends up being like 3rd and 20. We're pretty much fucked. You know, this drive's over. We end up punting it off. And then we start off really good on defense. Mad Max gets a big fucking face masking call, which totally sucked. And then, where was it? And then the Texans just start marching. They go all the way down the field on us. They got the ball at the 17-yard line. And then Hyde ends up, had to be some kind of miscommunication on their end, ends up running into his own dude, ends up being set back. It's a huge loss for them. Big gain for us. We end up holding them right there to a field goal. It's 14-10. The half's just about over. And at this point right here, I'm still thinking we got this game. We're about to get the ball back. There's only like a minute 38 left. I honestly figured that we would just run it out right there. But Gruden and Carr, they went for it. They went for some points. I was happy as shit to see it. I know we didn't get anything off of it, but at least they went out there and went for it instead of just kind of saying, oh, well, we'll just take it into halftime. They actually gave it a shot, so props to them for doing it. Really, really do appreciate seeing that out of them. It ends up ending the half right there. Or we punt it back to them because we didn't get the first. Moya got a big pressure, and then they just ended up running the clock out. So then it's halftime. It's 14-10. Carr already has 2 TDs. Jacobs is running well, but you can tell that we're really limiting him this game, which I was pretty okay with because Washington was playing a pretty big game. Mullins was holding up. He was holding down his side. I was happy to see that. I really think Worley played good this game too. I know that Hopkins had a pretty big day, but he didn't have anything huge. So props to both our corners this game. I haven't said that shit in a while. I will take that. Waller already had a TD. Like I said, Washington was playing good. We already had 2 sacks. We have the lead. My halftime notes were pretty much just keep it up. Just keep doing what we're doing, and we should end up winning this game. Didn't have too many doubts in my mind. I knew we needed a big defensive stop at that point. And then comes back 3rd quarter. Texans end up getting the ball. We need to stop just to set the tone, see if we made some halftime adjustments. And then we hold them. Hold them to 4th and 1. It's on like their 30. It's like, fuck yeah, punt the ball. Do they punt? No. They end up fucking going for it. They get it. Watson's a beast. I mean, it is what it is. And then the next play after that, he hits Carter for 47 yards. I was like, oh shit, here we go. And then and then Artie Key, now you fucking haters out there, gets in there with Moab, big ass sack right there. We hold them back. They end up kicking a field goal. It's 14-13. We still had the lead. It's like, fuck yeah, all right. It's like we still got the lead. We held them to a field goal. We're getting the ball back. What do we get? We get Ty Williams with a big ass 22-yard catch. I was like, fuck yes, we are still moving the ball. We are still marching. 2 plays later, Ty Williams again, big 46-yard catch, burns the shit out of Garyon. Sorry, Garyon. I love you as a Raider, but I hate you as a Texan. Ends up burning them. We get into the house again, 21-13. At this point, Carr's already tossed 3 TDs. Fucking happy as shit. I was like, I just need our defense to step up. We just need to get a big stop right here. Joyner ends up crushing Hyde. That was a big hit. I mean, that was a big enough hit to where I wrote that shit down. So props to you, Joyner. I think he played a hell of a lot better today. I know we were jumped into a lot more nickel. I think we're going to see nickel for the majority of the rest of this season, especially if we do not get a linebacker, which I'm praying to fucking God that we do. But they end up marching. They get down the field. This drive right here was insane. I mean, at this point, they end up milking the rest of the third quarter. It's like a 14 play. At this point, it was a 14 plays, 6.5 minute drive. They end out the quarter. Start of the fourth quarter, fucking Fells, uncovered, in the end zone. So they end up going on a 15 play drive, completely wearing out our defense and finishing it with a touchdown. 21-20. We still have the lead. We're up by 1. The defense, I've put it out, the defense is tired as shit. We need a long drive. Like, we have to get a long drive off right here. Jacob makes a big catch. Richard makes a big catch. We're marching down the field. It's 3rd and 7. We've taken up a good bit of time. And the Carr just makes a bad throw. I mean, it is what it is. Nobody's perfect. Well, Aaron Rodgers was perfect last week. But Carr's diet, it's not going to be perfect. Makes a bad throw. We end up kicking a field goal. 24-20. Still got some points on the board. Still really happy about the way things are looking right here. There's 10:48 left in the game. Mad Max gets another penalty for roughing the passer. But then we get a big-ass stop by Hall. It's a 3rd and 6, and they get the first down. That was crucial right there. We had to get off the field right there, and we could not. The Texans end up marching. They get the ball down inside the 10. Who fucking is it? It's Fells again with another fucking touchdown. I don't have no idea how Watson got this pass off. It was like a spinning, twisting, magical fucking throw where he even took a cleat to the face but still ended up throwing the touchdown. So that play was, it was 9 plays, 75 yards, and the Texans took the lead. I was like, son of a bitch, this is where we blow this fucking game. It's like anytime a game comes down to our defense at this point right now, we're fucked. I mean, I'm sorry to say it. I hate to fucking say it, but it's the truth. So there's 6:26 left in the game. You know me. I was like, shit, we got Derek Carr. We're fine. We're totally fine. We got this right now. First down, ball's on the 25. Big catch by Williams, comes out, 20 yards. Connolly burned again. Sorry, Garion, but that's the way that it is. You know I'm going to call your ass out on that. 5 minutes left. Fucking holding call on Richie Incognito. I knew right then, in my heart of hearts, that this fucking game was over. It's 2nd and 20. We have 100 yards in penalties at this point, which I don't know if there's ever been a team in history that's won a fucking game with 100 yards in penalties. That's what we're sitting at right now. 3rd and 16. It's 4:23 left. And who shows up and makes a big-ass play? Fucking Garyon Connolly. Breaks up the pass. A lot of people argued that it was pass interference. We didn't try to challenge it. We've already won that game. We're not going to try to challenge that shit again. So props to you, Garyon. You made actually the play that probably won you guys this game. It's 4th down. I really think we should have went for that. I know it was a long ass fucking would have been like 4th and 16. But we didn't. We punted. I got it. We still had some timeouts. Our defense just hadn't been stopping them in the second half at all. So it's like, all right, fuck it. We punt. Justin Phillips got hurt on that punt, which really isn't that big of a deal. I just really like that kid, so I wanted to make a note of it. There's 3:56 left to play. It's like, all right, fucking defense, let's do this. Let's do it one fucking time. Get that ball back in Carr's hands one more time. See if we can finish this out. Hyde comes out, gets stuffed, like just completely stuffed. I was like, fuck yeah, 2nd down. We got this. They're going to run some clock, but we're going to get the ball back. Then Hyde busts off a 20-yard run, and then Fells ends up catching a big-ass fucking pass one last time. They end up running the clock out on us. We're out of timeouts. That's how the game ended up just ending out right there. Our defense fucked us. I mean, I'm sorry, and I do. I don't think it's Gunther's fault. I think at this point it's just injuries and just a lack of speed. That's just not allowing us to keep up with these fucking offenses out there right now. I think Carr and Jacobs ended up playing a really good game. go ahead and jump into some of these stats real quick. Carr's accuracy was off. He was only 18 for 30, but he did go for 285 yards. He did throw 3 touchdowns. He never got sacked, and he didn't have any picks. We ended up getting over to Watson's ass 3 times, but he threw 3 TDs and did 258. Jacobs, like I said, I think this is another thing that hurt us in this game. But I mean, he was banged up and still played, so props to him. He only had 15 carries in this game, which we need to see him around the 20-25 mark. But Washington ended up playing a big game. He was over a 4-yard average again, and he got 5 carries. Richard only had 1 carry. Ingold had 1, got us that first down. And we keep trying that fucking reverse with Trevor Davis. I get it. It worked once, but everybody knows that we have it, so chill out with that shit. Maybe leave it on out of the playbook for a few weeks, then come back to it. Williams had a big welcome back party. He only had 3 catches, but he had 91 yards and a touchdown. Hunter Renfro's ass. He stepped up, man. He had a big game. 4 catches, 88 yards and a touchdown. It's as long as 65. Zay Jones, it's just nice to see him get involved a little bit. Wasn't expecting too much out of him, but I mean, 2 catches for 27. I mean, I'll take that all day. Richard ended up having a couple key catches again, 2 for 24. And then Trevor Davis really didn't do much. Josh Jacobs had 2 catches for 15 yards. I like seeing this kid catch the ball out in space. I want to see more of it. We can make it happen. You know we can make it happen. Derek Carr loves his checkdowns. Waller only ended up having 2 catches for 11 yards, even though we targeted the shit out of him. I mean, he ended up getting in the house. Foster was extremely quiet this game. And then DeAndre Washington only had 1 catch. Our defense, I mean, tell me if you think I'm crazy, man. But our fucking defense, we need to do something because Whitehead cannot keep up with these backs out of the backfield, but he's still a tackling machine. Carl Joseph, you're fucking killing me, dude. If you get traded before the trade deadline, I'm not going to be shocked by it. I'm truly not. I'm willing at this point to let you go. You have not performed this season like you have in the past years, and I'm willing to move on from you at this point. Max Crosby thought had a really good game. Didn't end up getting a sack, but he ended up having a really big game. Had a couple big tackles for a loss. Joyner, I think, played a lot better today. A lot better. Eric Harris got banged up, but still ended up having a pretty decent game. Worley, I was really proud of. Thought he played really damn good. So, and then Mullen ended up having a good game. I'm really liking how that's going to work out moving forward. As far as Hopkins had 11 catches for 109. That dude is arguably one of the best receivers in the league. So you really can't fault us too much for that. He didn't have a TD, and the longest pass he caught was 21. Darren Fells, look at that shit. 6 catches, 58 yards, 2 touchdowns. I knew he was going to be a problem. Duke Johnson out of the backfield, 4 catches. Kenny Stills only ended up having 3 catches, and that was Mullins guarding him the predominant amount of the game. So props to him for shutting that down. So I don't know, Raider Nation. I'm still feeling really optimistic. Like I said, this loss sucked, completely sucked. Really, really has me down right now. But like I said, moving forward, we're finally fucking going back home. I really think we're going to make a big push right now. I really think we're playing good. Carr's ass stayed clean again. So, I mean, our offense is holding up. We just need to do something with our defense. Let me know what you think it is. I really want to know. I appreciate you guys checking out another breakdown video. I know they're tough to sit through, especially when we lose. They're not honestly that much fun to make when we lose, but this game was incredibly close, and I really did have a lot of fun watching this game. Really wish we would have pulled this shit out in the end. But we'll be back in a day or two to start checking out that Detroit game. We'll do another video where we make our picks for the next week's games. So stick around. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate everybody that watches this. Remember to click that subscribe button. We will catch you guys next time. I'm Sun Joku. Have a really good night.